Hello. Good to see you made it here safely, Sergeant. Yes, I am the, as you would refer to it, welcoming committee. Welcome to Freya. Yes, this is typical. Were there to be others accompanying you, it would necessitate additional units. However, presently, I have been told you would be aware of the limited resources. Indeed. Your coworkers on the expansion team are presently concerned with shoring up supply lines from the cargo port on the southern station. In the future, when anyone arrives on Freya, it will likely be boarding the planet there. However, for the time being, this transporter is more stable. Yes, construction is in full swing. While I'm certain you have many questions, I feel as though it would be prudent of us to begin our journey. As I'm sure you are aware, there's been issues with building materials. As such, plans for a road connecting the transporter and the main homestead outpost have been indefinitely delayed. In short, we will be required to travel on foot. Excellent. I'm relieved that you were able to review this information over the course of your journey. It would have been an unpleasant surprise had you not known. Additionally, I presume that transport here was a lengthy process and would be improved by reading material. Freya is not a convenient location by any means, and it lacks the travel qualities that most vacationers wish to experience, such as warm temperatures, beaches, and delicious local cuisine. This way, brace yourself. I've heard the temperature drop, while expected, is nonetheless drastic. I do not have the necessary sensory inputs to feel the cold. While I'm aware of it due to the reading of my interface, it bears little meaning. However, based on my understanding of human biology, it would be exceedingly perilous for you without the proper gear. On this note, if you find yourself experiencing extreme cold, fatigue, or any signs of your physical condition deteriorating, please inform me expediently. I am trained to scan for any signs of hypothermia. However, as my primary focus is navigation, there is a very slight possibility I could miss such signs. Yes, very slight. Approximately a 0.010%. However, no machine is without fault, and for this reason, I would suggest you remain vigilant as well. Thank you. That is appreciated. The markers you see are visual aids to indicate where the sensors are anchored. They are largely for your benefit. As we progress, they will ping the system back at the homestead and allow them to track our progress. My guidance system also keeps us on the appropriate path. However, should that malfunction, these can be used to reach our destination just as effectively. Of course, you may ask as many questions as you would like. Please feel free to make any and all inquiries you would like answered. I will do my best to provide responses that are both informative and satisfactory. How is progress going? I assume you are asking in an anecdotal manner, since you would have access to all the practical information regarding the outpost. Yes. I see. My opinion on its progress. Materially, I have noticed significant strides in the ongoing construction. While my time spent near the central housing area and its inhabitants is limited, when I have come into contact with them, they have appeared more lively and spirited than when they arrived. There has also been a drop in maintenance requests and pings from other units closer to the settlement. So, by my assessment, it has gone well thus far. If you would like a more well-developed opinion, there are several units active within the settlement. They would most likely be able to provide a more well-rounded assessment of your teammates' condition. No, I do not spend much time there. My duties are regulated to ensuring safe transport for new arrivals, such as yourself, and maintaining sensors throughout the mapped areas of the planet. That is my primary task, as there have not been many new transports in the last several months. That is accurate. All of the units on Freya are the same model. It is a base unit which can be augmented through different modules. It's the most cost-effective means of constructing an android unit without specializing designs for each of us. Precisely. While I believe some of them have been modified for greater construction capabilities, my role could be fulfilled by any of the other units without significant discrepancies in performance. How did we decide who did what? That's amusing. Your teammates also found that to be a confusing question. I suppose there were preferences among us, but we settled on an egalitarian method, so as to avoid potential for inter-unit conflict. We drew straws. Yes, I suppose some would find that amusing. While there are computer functions which could replicate this through random number generation, we already had the straws. It seemed a shame not to use them. Yes, there are many things like that which I believe humans find difficult to understand, though I suppose we also don't fully comprehend the origin of the impulse, other than amusement and ease. There are 2 other units who are in charge of patrolling near the settlement, but otherwise I am the main security for transport lines and the transporter itself. As such, I spend little time at the central base. There is a rotation of duties. It helps maintain fairness, aside from my own. You could say that in some regards. I am more suited to this variety of task. No, I do not possess any specialized modules. It is simply that I am not, proficient with, your kind. Do not feel concerned. When you interact with units at the settlement, please be assured they will feel far more organic to speak to. Yes, we are all different. It is a side effect of being crafted by humans to interact with humans. We would come across as overly artificial if all our personalities were the same. However, allowing for deviation requires the inclusion of less viable personality types. Precisely. My social skills are not up to par for regular human interaction in a high-stress situation. Yes, like establishing an outpost on a frigid planet like Freya. I am best suited for this. Does this explanation make sense to you, Sergeant? If you would not mind, I have an inquiry of my own. Is there the possibility that you do not regularly interact with android units for your work? I see. That makes sense that someone of your rank would not experience as much field work as others in your organization. I ask since you said I seem fine. However, were you to be transported by one of the other units, you would likely have not known they were an android. Does that provide a better frame of reference? I simply lack the capability to emulate properly that I am one of your kind, and not everyone is as unbothered by this distinction as you are. Oh, there is no need. I am not offended. Please mind your step ahead. As we move through this slight peak in elevation, the snow cover is less compacted. It makes it far more likely for you to slip on an uneven surface or be unaware of a dip in the terrain. While the guidance system should ping any dangerous spots, the snow cover does make it slightly less reliable. I will proceed first. I see you have noticed Sneb. Do you, find his presence familiarizing? No, that is the wrong term. Comforting, yes. Are you put at ease? Yes, because of him. I see. I was doing some research during my last sensor checks, and in several of the texts I have read, humans enjoy crafting snow figurines to brighten up the winter. They are happy items and possess a familiar nostalgia. While I lack the fine motor skills of a unit with fabrication modules, meaning his construction lacks finesse, I hoped it would bring about some of those emotions in those I had to transport. Perhaps he would be more effective if one of the other units crafted Sneb 2.0 for me. Well, yes, he is a creation for human benefit. While we were transporting some of your teammates' families, they, reported finding me unsettling. I thought perhaps this would put them at ease. I see this is not the case. I'm so sorry, Sneb. You are a complete and utter failure at your sole purpose. I will keep you around, but no, I'm so very disappointed in you. He's not sentient. He can't understand us. Excellent. A successful joke. I also read that humans enjoy projecting their own qualities onto inanimate objects, often in an amusing fashion. I'm glad to see at least that bit of research was of use to me. That is very good to hear. I'm very pleased that you have found our journey to be pleasant so far. There are 3 waypoints which we will need to stop at along the way before we reach the main settlement. It is a lot of walking for your kind. I have been told good company makes it a more enjoyable experience. I will do my best to continue to provide as much. Yes, they are secure overnight checkpoints. We will be able to rest there without concern. The first is not far from here, so long as we maintain our current pace. If you are willing, I would endeavor to get your opinion on the rations placed in such. I have been told some of them are utterly terrible, but I require more data before submitting a change form. I am glad to hear you find this amusing as well. Do not worry. I have no plans to destroy Sneb. I, for some reason, have formed a emotional connection to him, and thusly I fear ridding myself would be quite painful. Now, with these most important concerns resolved, may we continue on our way, Sergeant? Excellent. Let us go.